Yeah, it amazes me how we'll watch movies and enjoy them, and and fully miss opportunities to learn from them. So you got like the Bronx Tale, which shows a historical reality for a lot of neighborhoods, a lot of different ethnicities. The focus was controlling their neighborhood, you know what I'm saying, and then branching out from there and establishing power in other areas. But the neighborhood that you were from, you should control that economy, and that's a foundation that's being lost. You catch Negroes, that's like their whole adult mission is to buy a house in a good neighborhood.
Right.
It's not founded on like, okay, what's gonna secure me political power? What's gonna create an economic base? What's my best, choices as a free man, as a free woman? Like, you see what I'm saying? Not just bragging on buying a house in another person's neighborhood. So it's odd to me that we don't control, whether it's on a street level, you know what I'm saying, in regards to our criminals, or on an academic level. It's like the neighborhood that we live in should be owned and controlled by us. It's not magical. That's not actually a radical concept. That's actually common sense. Like, that's the base.
Yeah. So do you think that, well, I mean, I would say that should always be the goal, but is that because so many people grow up renting and families move, and that's based off of economy and, like...
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely say that all those are factors, including your values. Like, is power a goal for you? You know what I'm saying? As a family, as an individual. Or is just consuming and chilling the goal? You see what I'm saying? You're gonna raise, what you want, what your desires, your the vision for your children as adults, and I just think a lot of it is small. It's just small wishes. It's like, oh, okay, as long as he's gainfully employed, good. Like, as long as he ain't in jail, as long as he ain't smoked out, as long as he ain't hoeing, or she ain't hoeing. You feel me?
Yeah.
So those goals are small, but if the value was, we free people.
Well, that would require them to have value in a group mentality, and I don't think that they have that. I think they have individualistic ideals, so there's not a lot of trust placed in other people in the community. So it's not ever a thought pattern to say we collectively are this is a power base. If we own these 3 blocks and we own these stores, then like our vote has power, and our city, we can put in city council members based off of us controlling this area. But because it's individualized, then that's when you get people moving out of the neighborhood and just going somewhere where they think that it's going to be peaceful.
Yeah, I mean, when you identify as being American, beyond just paying taxes, when you actually identify with American values, and they call you African American, but you truly believe that you're strictly American.
Right.
Then there is no need to rebuild a neighborhood. There is no need for an independent economic base. Like, none of that matters because you're American.
Right.
So clearly, these parents have come from institutions that have reinforced this misconception that all you got to do is be a good citizen. You know what I'm saying? Get a good job, and that's all you have to do. Like, the troubles that come with being black are in your head. You feel me? Like,
right.
That's a perspective, and it works for individuals. I mean, people go on to live American lives in a beautiful fashion, I would imagine. But for those that are still in the neighborhood, instead of slumming it up worse, you know what I'm saying? Instead of destroying it and robbing each other, instead of burning that shit down, instead of all of the self-hate manifestations that
self-destructive behavior.
Yeah, that we're too familiar with, then why not, Bronx tell the situation, you know what I'm saying, and take over the neighborhood's economy, run the liquor stores, which are clearing hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. You know what I'm saying? All the small businesses should be neighborhood owned.
No, it definitely should be. I think that each, when you get to these neighborhoods, it feels like everybody had starting from zero. We don't have a lot of generational wealth. And so it's just the best way to survive, because I think we're always on a survival mentality. So when you're in survival mode, you're not looking at the big picture. You're not looking at, what's going to secure survival and protection and shelter long term, because you're hungry right then and you're trying to get it right then. And so that's what I think you're seeing. That's what you see in these neighborhoods, instead of trying to secure the businesses. And then we go back to the systematic oppression, where it's like, the people who had those ideals, can they get the loans for the businesses? And do they have the understanding of economics and how to go about that? So, and
I'm sorry.
And I think the parents, that's part of what the parents were probably trying to instill, and the message might not have been conveyed, but that's kind of like why go to school, but they tell us to go to school without any guidance of what you're trying to get from the institution that you're going to school from. Like, what are you going to college for? What should you be learning? Should you, you should be measuring economics and business and market. Like, what are you know what I'm saying? Instead, we're going to school and getting liberal arts degree, like, and it's like, it's not focused. Yeah. So.
Yeah, well, I'm not unaware that this is layers and levels to it, but on the not so much as the why. It is how it is, but on the fact that this is an easy, workable solution, is to move in small circles, buy existing businesses. You don't even have to start businesses. Buy existing businesses. Control the economy, like cigarillos and Hennessy sold at liquor stores is like a no-brainer. Like that's an easy way to recycle these dollars. And then as the business owner, you have a nation-building mindset, and then you just continue to build on the fact that this Hennessy money is coming in, and you buy apartment buildings. It's like a self-gentrification. Instead of waiting for outsiders to gentrify neighborhoods to where we can't afford to live there anymore, we move with that understanding. But the we, and going back to some of those whys, it doesn't happen. The we part has to be established. You see what I'm saying? Like, who is the we? And then when we identify the we, we're talking about small numbers. We're talking about 5 to 10 people.
Yeah.
Then we just move in a calculated fashion to secure, power. Because that's what we're talking about. It's like power is a white thing. That's the misconception of the Negro. It's like, all I got to do is play. The boss is going to take care of that stuff. You see what I'm saying? So those of us that identify as a we and want power for ourselves and our future, like, we move on it. You feel me? It's not let's wake up these Negroes to the fact that they shouldn't be robbing and stealing. Like, no, let's make it impossible for them to rob and steal from us.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
No, it makes perfect sense.